Wasp versus Locust. That's what we're jumping in this Battletech head-to-head. And the previous one that I pushed up to the archive, we were looking at the Stinger versus the Locust. Definitely two classic mechs, armed exactly the same. That primary medium laser and two machine guns. Well, now we're shifting it up a little bit. We've got two machines, both with that medium laser, which is kind of the standard arms for a light mech. But now you've got machine guns versus an SRM 2-pack. Now, I know in terms of part of a lance, if we're looking at the Wasp, you'll put in some Inferno or you'll look at some other ammo. We're just looking straight up SRM 2. That is a game changer. And while both mechs are going to be using positioning and speed, I think very fast, just the fact that you have a secondary weapon that is able to reach out at range paired with that medium laser. Essentially for every attack, it's two possible attacks made against one that the Locust can hit back. Just on those odds, plus the spread of the missile, even though it's only a 2-pack, you're getting hit at best by those two missiles. It is a light mech, and that damage is going to transfer fast. Now, the Locust, in my opinion, it's got to try to close. It's got to try to get in there, preferably close range, to be able to make those machine gun attacks. Minimal damage, short range, but look, dice are dice. 3 attacks that I have to make. But the machine guns, we're looking at stock, are so short ranged. The other bug mech warrior, they're not going to get close. They're not going to allow that machine to get close. They're going to be keeping that distance, pelting you with those SRM2s, hitting you with that medium laser. So essentially, at its best, rolling very, very well, we have a medium laser going against a medium laser and 2 short-range missiles. If I can hit you and get both those spreads on the transfer, the fact that we're talking about light mechs is going to transfer very, very fast. I don't see this as much of a contest or a competition for the Locust compared to looking at the Locust versus some other variants. I think it is very one-sided. Now, given the fact that we've got speed, given the fact that we've got modifiers, given the fact that we don't have tons of firepower, it's not like we're blasting off with a PPC or something like that, or multiple AC5s, this is going to be a very long battle. I think if we had this on the tabletop, your thoughts, I think we're looking at like an hour. If I play it smart and you play it smart, we're going to be at range, we're going to be dancing. I think it's going to be a very, very slow battle of attrition where the Locust is just going to lose more and more, barring a lucky hit, more and more and more, and then it's just going to core out and fall apart. Your thoughts on who would come out ahead? Light mechs, I think they're a little bit more interesting, or in terms of the possibility of head-to-head, and we're going to now be jumping in head-to-head exploring some of these light mechs. But the lower-level bug matchups, I don't think I'd pay a lot of C-bills to see these happen. And I think in terms of tabletop glory, this battle going on, 2 lances fighting, if 2 opposing bug mechs encountered each other, I think it would be pretty slow going and pretty boring. But Locust versus Wasp, Locust versus Stinger, 2 very different mechs, 2 very different matchups, and I think this one would be against the Locust and really, really work to defeat it. Your thoughts? How could the Locust pilot take it on the tabletop?